Hey, what's up, guys? We're going to review another game for you today. As you can tell, you can see it on the screen right now, we're going to review Borderlands. 2K and Gearbox collaboration. First-person RPG. It came out in 2009. It's been so successful, it easily made its way onto the Xbox 360 Platinum Hits collection. With me, as always, are other members of the WonderShop crew. We got JT. He's going to be telling you what he liked about the game. Me, myself, I'm going to be telling you why it sucks and should never buy it. And Rod, over here, the WonderShop champion, just because he's so awesome!
I came to play!
He's going to be the on the fence man. He's going to tell you if he is going to buy it. He's never played it. The only thing he's seen on this game, as you can see, is the cutscene animation at the very beginning.
Yep.
Now, so, going to go ahead and get this started. JT, tell me what you liked about it.
The graphics were... I really liked them. The art style. It was definitely good. The guns, they were great as well. There were a whole ton out there. You had...
Literally a bazillion guns.
Yeah.
No, that's a sequel.
Oh, right.
Here it was millions of guns.
Literally a million guns.
So pretty much almost every gun known to man, right?
Well, they're
maybe
similar,
Still,
but
yeah.
Old guns, new guns, stupid guns, future guns.
unacceptable.
You get the point.
Yeah. The story, it definitely had its good fair share of twists and turns.
Josh, you care to tell them about the story?
Pass.
I was about to say.
I'll save my opinions to the end so I can totally tear down and destroy Gearbox in 2K.
No, I meant the synopsis.
Oh, right. Okay. So, in Borderlands, I know many of you already played it, but anyway, if you haven't, stay with us. You might learn something new, and you might learn something just about why you hate this game so much. So, in Borderlands, basically you play as one of 4 Vault Hunters. The Vault Hunters being Roland the Soldier. He's going to be your all-around class. He's by himself, but he's got a major turret. Best friend you can ever have on the battlefield. You've got Brick himself as the Berserker. Use your fist, tear down everything, basically prize fighter. You're going to punch stuff in the face just because you love doing it. Mordecai the Hunter, he's going to be your precision melee class. Now, a lot of people play precision and melee in RPG games, so many of you probably went for him. Then you've got Lilith the Siren. She's going to be your support slash mage class, I want to say. Anyway, you can play as one of the 4. Now,
Something like that.
Now, me, myself, I chose Roland just because all around and very balanced.
And he practically obliterated
and he
the game.
kills everything. JT?
I was Roland as well. I just chose him as a starter.
So, JT, as far as characters go, what did you like about the character design?
They kind of matched. Though I'm not so sure about Lilith. I'm not sure about that. The sirens in that game are a whole nother subject. Completely new.
What did you think about the guns? Did you like anything about the way they had the gun set up?
Yeah, you didn't know what the gun would look like. You didn't know what the gun would look like when it would drop. Like, if you found a legendary, you pick it up, because it's a legendary. Then you go around to another enemy, kill it, another legendary, the same legendary would drop. And it would be different in some way.
Moving on from the guns, what do you think about the story itself? Not giving away any major plot details. No, we're trying not to. I'm going to go ahead and say spoiler warning in case he does give something away and you haven't played it and we're trying to think of a new game to play. So, what do you think of the story?
It was great. Definitely had its twists and turns.
Better story than Destiny.
Yes.
Huh? Should have said that louder so you can get banned from Destiny.
I still play Destiny.
Okay, so we're getting a little bit off topic there. So as far as the actual combat, what do you think of combat? Fair and balanced, or
Fair and balanced for the most part. There were parts where it got a bit challenging. But you could
So, as far as the art style, Yes, no,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, definitely yes.
So for those of you who have never played this game, the art style, as you can tell, if you've looked at the box cover, the art style, there's no other game that uses this art style. I'd say the one that comes the closest would probably be your BioShock series. Even then, Borderlands is more of that old school, campy, comic book-esque, you know, bam, pow, whiff, kersploosh thing.
Except for you didn't have those blurs.
Yeah, it's cel-shaded. Teabagging?
Teabagging.
Right, the teabagging in this game is about as good as it is in Halo. Now, let's see.
But it's better to teabag AI enemies than
As
players.
far as the DLC goes, there's four? There's 3 DLC. You've got Secret Army of General Knox, which is your full-length major one that it's the biggest one, most content.
It's the only DLC that has vehicles in it.
Now, then you've got your Zombie Island of Dr. Ned, which tells the story of Ned's... which tells the story of Ned, Zed's evil brother. And in true comedy fashion, the only thing that sets them apart is the mustache. One of them has a mustache.
Ned has the mustache.
He has that fancy, curly Q, French guy, evil mustache.
And navigation was hard because you had to hoof it everywhere.
Your final DLC is going to be your Mad Moxie's Underdome Riot. That is going to be your arena-based combat where you gather up with friends and see if you can make it through the toughest part of the game. Bring your best weapons, your best loot, your best gear. You're going to need it.
And your best friends who have the best equipment.
So while we're on the topic of DLC, what was your favorite DLC?
Armory.
Armory?
Definitely Armory.
Now...
And my least favorite out of the 3? Zombie Island.
Okay, so you did like Moxie's Underdome Riot?
Yes.
Okay.
It
Now...
was the in-between.
So what did you think about the whole idea of them having vehicles and large-scale maps to get around in vehicles?
That was pretty nice.
I mean, up to that point, not many video games had implemented where the vehicle was such a major part of traversal around the map.
It's definitely quicker and better than hoofing it.
Okay, so we try not to give as much of it away. JT's giving you the good stuff. Now I'm about to tear this game a new asshole, so to speak. Now, as far for me, story, good story. I can't complain about anything. Now, what I will say is sometimes the combat is repetitive, especially once you get halfway through the game and you notice that, okay, I'm grinding out levels. It's taking me hours to gain one level. These skills are not helping. The enemies are really hard.
Why don't you explain that?
Well, one such area is second part of the game, and I'm not gonna spoil any details of the story. I will tell you there is one boss fight, and it's vehicle combat oriented. Now, personally, I think I'm pretty good at this game. I mean, I beat the hardest boss in the game, again, almost impossible to beat without modded weapons. And I'm going to get to modded weapons later. Now, this game, if I'm not mistaken, I know Cromrack the Invincible was voted one of the hardest bosses to kill in a video game ever.
It was even hard for the developers.
Yeah, it was so hard, even the developers had trouble beating it. Now
that's bad.
Now, back to this vehicle combat. Now, this boss, his name is Mad Mike. It's a pun on Mad Max, you know, Road Warrior and everything. This guy was so hard to beat at the point of the story he was in. And the only thing I can compare it to, like, the difficulty level jumped up to Dark Souls status. It was almost impossible for him for you to beat him inside the arena in the vehicle. He would most often you have to leave the area, die, and then up on the ramp you jump to get into the arena to kill him. Now, having said that, still fun. Story, amazing. Twists and turns, definitely recommend it. As far as weapons go, weapons soon got repetitive. You got the best weapons in the game. There was no need for any other weapons. You pick up a weapon, you're just like, this sucks, scrap it. As far as having millions of guns go, I don't want to see millions of guns and then me only use 4 weapons all the time. That's just saying you have millions of weapons. You need millions of weapons that are good, they're viable. Okay, for as far as characters go, characters were good. Now, the way they designed them could have been better. Some characters had skills that would have been better on the other characters. And then some skills didn't work at all. Now, or they only worked a very small percentage of the time. One such being Roland's, forget the name of it, but you could throw down his turret, and basically, if you were crippled and fight for your life, which is when you go down, you could throw your turret down near somebody who was supposed to pick them back up. Now, I've never seen that work for me. I don't know about you, MJ. Have you ever seen that skill work at all?
Nope.
Right, okay. So, some skills don't work. I mean, but then again, amazing game for what it is. Now, as far as DLCs go, DLCs were good. They did the same thing in the DLC as they did in the normal story. At one point in General Knox's, it's almost impossible to get through because the enemies are so high in level and their gear is so good that by the time you take their shield down, it's already all the way back up, and there's nothing you can do unless you have other people helping you. Case in point with Cromrax the Invincible.
Or you've grinded your level up to that point.
Now, I will say one thing, the game does have its fair share of glitches, one being character skills, one being DLC. Now, having said all this...
I'd like to explain the DLC glitch.
Right. Go ahead.
Sometimes, well, you know you have to have the DLC in order for this to happen. Sometimes, when you're playing your game, you log off. When I got back on the original Borderlands, I noticed that my 4 weapons I had in my weapon slots, used weapon slots, were gone. I had a chunk of my weapons missing, and I couldn't get to the DLC. I was at the exact starting area, the very starting point, which was bullcrap.
Now, having said all this, even though I am playing Devil's Advocate, if you're looking for a new experience as far as a good, well-rounded first-person RPG shooter, definitely pick it up. Now, before we go, we're going to ask Rod. What?
You mind if I ask something?
Go ahead.
What'd you guys think of co-op?
Co-op? What'd you think about it? What'd you like that was good about it?
Just about a good bit of it, and the duels were just as well played as well, because they dropped this sort of dome-like static around you, and if you left that area, the duel would be over.
One thing I did that I thought was really good that not a lot of other areas had to do duels in this game, it was easier if you went to duel arenas, which they had set up in the major areas of the game. I think there's 4 of them in total.
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And there was achievement and challenge that went along with the duel arenas. Like you had to win. If you win in the duel arena, you got an achievement. If you win 5 times, you get a challenge completed. Now, certain things were good about co-op, certain things were bad. Now, if you were playing co-op with 4 Rolands, you had 4 Rolands, 4 turrets. Now, you might see how that gets a little forced. The culture, it's kind of forced. But, now, basically, 1 Roland, 1 turret, you've got 2 people. Now, Roland with his turret maxed out skill trees is going to kill everything anyway. 4 Rolands, 4 turrets maxed out skill trees is not fair. You're breaking the game, in my opinion, because not only are you getting all your health back as soon as it's gone, but every bullet you shoot is instantly coming back to you.
Then again, it also pitches out free ammo.
Yeah. Now, another thing we forgot to mention on the good side, class items, you have certain things that upgrade certain skill trees. That's another thing entirely. That they have so many items in this game, it's really almost impossible to go through all of them.
And you had the grenade mods, which changed how your grenade acted. Like you had rain grenades, transfusion, which transfusion takes health from enemies.
Well, and before we get to Rob, we got one more thing to talk about. The enemies. You had different types of enemies, different classes of enemies, everything from normal bandits to the Crimson Lance, which is the main protagonist in this game, to alien, Seraphs? The Seraphs? Is that what they call it?
No,
that was the next game. The Scalians, I think. Yeah, they were bugs.
No, Scalians were the little, like, slug things. No, the aliens. The Guardians?
Oh, yeah, they were Guardians.
Okay, yeah, they're called Guardians. Destiny shot, I know, but no. These alien enemies, they guarded the relic/ultimate hidden power on Pandora, which is going to be your Iridian Vault, your, what was it called?
It was just called the vault.
You're getting into spoilers.
No, I'm just telling you what the enemy is. Like, okay, so before we get into anything else, we're not going to give you any specific story-wise details, but just know there's a decent range of enemy in this game. What did you think about the enemy?
A definitely good range of them. Like, you could go from human bandits looking to kill and rob people onto aliens who will protect their site on will.
Now, the thing I didn't like about the different enemy types, they kind of got repetitive. You had different types of bandits, but basically they all said the same thing, they all have the same battle strategy, and eventually they all start looking like each other. Now, they did recycle some enemies, but not enough to be noticed. And before we go, we're kind of dragging on and trying to get through it as fast as possible, which is I'm doing the topic selection. But having said what I said and having said what JT said, Rod...
We finally get to Rod.
Rod, you've never played this game. You're sitting over there in the corner being silent, thinking that, you know, look at that white guy over there talking. Look at that little kid right there talking.
I'm 14.
When are they going to get to me? My bad. When are they going to get to me? Because I'm so awesome. Why don't they just let me talk? Okay, so, Rod, having the negatives, taking the negatives and the positive into perspective, do you think you'd play this game? I know you play a lot of sports games. You play racing, basketball, football, wrestling. You're playing your EA games. Now...
Well, I'll play some stuff in between those. But this is one game, you know, like...
Is this game too far out of your wheelhouse?
Well,
I mean, would you fully commit to completing the story, or would you...
Would you play it for the gameplay?
Well, what I'm trying to say is, would you pick it up and play it because you think you'd want to play it, or would you pick it up just to try it out of something like, would you rent it from GameFly, or would you'd rent it from, I don't know, you can't get it from Redbox anymore. Would you pick it up for $5? Was it $5 now at GameStop or something like that?
5 or 10.
5 or $10 at GameStop, totally worth the price. I'd recommend, even though I'm telling you what's wrong with it. I love the franchise, except the pre-sequel.
Well, I wouldn't say anything bad about the pre-sequel. My gripe is Tales from Borderlands. That's the only game I got gripes from.
Now,
Tales from Borderlands. It seems like
No, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to...
Well, with all that being said, you know, you guys have talked about the positives and negatives, this and that. I will say this, you know, yes, I have not played this game. I would try this game, you know, besides all the sports games and all the wrestling, racing, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. I would try this game. For me personally, I would pick this game up. I would play it. I wouldn't just sit there and just, you know, just be like, oh, I'm so into this game. I would actually, you know, try this game out, see if it works for me. So, yeah, I would play this game. Now,
JT, if you had to give it a rating 1 through 10, 1 out of 5 stars, whatever you want to say, and your major get this game, why you think everybody should get this game? What would you rate it, and why should everybody get it?
No. Good story, good gameplay, a good bit. And one thing I think we forgot to mention, gore in all its fullest. Second game, the gore was kind of toned down. But the first
they have an option to turn the gore on and off, though, for those people who don't like seeing gore and dismemberment. You can turn it off.
I think.
You can turn gore off in this one, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay. Make sure. Me, personally, even though I'm playing devil's advocate,
Devil's advocate.
real advocate. Even though I'm playing devil's advocate, devil's advocate. Even though I can go on and on about what's wrong with this game, glitch-wise, repetitive, grinding levels out, you know, taking forever to get through the story, even harder to get through the second run-through of the story. I can't think of anything major why you wouldn't want to play it. At least try it out. I know this is rare. I tried so hard to find something so badly wrong with this game that I could just never play this game. I can't do it. Now, can't say that. I can't say that about a lot of video games. One thing I will mention: if you're not a fan of grinding out levels, do not pick this game up.
Yeah.
If you don't have time to commit to sitting there playing this game,
and backtracking.
Yeah,
There's
and
some backtracking.
if you don't like those games where you can run through the story and complete the story and then still have stuff left over to do, if you don't like games where some of the DLC are as big as the story itself, the DLC is hard. If you rage easily, I wouldn't recommend picking up this game. Now, having said that, definitely pick it up. It's worth it. What, $5-10 bucks? It's a steal. I mean, you can download it from Xbox. You can get the Game of the Year edition, all the DLC included. And I'm pretty sure I saw it on the Gearbox website. You can get the guidebook and the game for $20.
And you can get it from GameFly.
Oh yeah,
and
you can
keep it as long as you
rent
want.
it from GameFly. Yeah. Pick it up from GameStop. They have it for $5-10 bucks.
It's better than paying $60 for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's platinum hits, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
million copies sold cannot be understated. If it's good enough to sell, what was it? First year it got platinum hits. That first couple of months, wasn't it?
Within the first 2 years?
Yeah. I remember I never played this game before, and I went to the Gearbox website before they had released Borderlands 2. And I was looking over it, and I was like, I don't know if this game's for me, so I decided to pick it up and try it out. Instantly fell in love with it. The comic book art style, everything about it is good. Pick it up. I'd give it solid 8 out of 10. There are some things wrong with it that they addressed in Borderlands 2, but that's another story. 8 out of 10. Again, don't pick it up if you're not a fan of grinding. Now, before we go, we like to say one thing. Keep looking forward to new content. We're going to be releasing new stuff. We're maybe...
Plug party.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do the plug party. Anyway, before we get to the plug party, keep looking forward to new stuff. Soon we're going to be crowning a new WonderShop champion. Even though Rod is so awesome, he's going to have to
I'm the greatest WonderShop champion ever.
Awesome!
You shut up over there, background man.
He's going to end up getting the championship. The two former champions are going to be in contention for the title again. We're looking forward to that. Stay tuned. We're going to bring you that soon, next month.
Next week, I don't mean to cut you off, but next week, me and MJ are doing
Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble paper preview. Week after paper review. So look out for that next week.
And definitely before we go, can't mention this enough. Check out Dorkopedia. Sarah, that's her website.
No, it's actually her channel.
Her channel on YouTube.
It's a very good channel.
Has she posted that stuff up about Five Nights at Freddy's yet?
Not from what I've seen.
Okay. She's gonna be getting run-throughs of Five Nights at Freddy's up soon.
Yeah. I'm sure it's soon.
We're still looking for her to do her banner.
Channel art.
She's got something in mind already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she's got it slapped on her channel.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to be a surprise like I am, don't look at it.
And same way with the logo, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, I haven't seen it. I don't think MJ's seen it. Have you seen it?
No.
Have you seen it? Okay. None of us here at WonderShop have seen it.
But we know it's going to be great.
It's going to be amazing. Don't be a douche and post screen captures or anything of it on the comments. Don't do links to it in the comments. We don't want to be.
That's real bad. We hate that.
Okay. Now. We took a lot of your time. If you watched all the way through, thanks for watching. Check out Sarah, Dorkopedia. She's got amazing videos up. She's even if you don't like games like Five Nights at Freddy's, watch her videos. She's gonna find some way to make it funny. You're gonna find something she says hilarious. Now, like I said, look for new content.
Also, keep up with us on our websites, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all our other websites, whatnot. So.
And finally, from all of us here at WonderShop, I'm Josh. This is
John.
And Rodimus Prime.
He's awesome. He's the WonderShop champion.
Awesome!
MJ the cameraman.
Yo.
And Malcolm is just Malcolm.
Malcolm, the guy.
Yo, man.
Sit the hell down, Malcolm. Hey, man.
Malcolm as the guy.
The guy.
Well, we'll see you guys next time. Look forward to more videos.